Good afternoon, everyone. So today I want to go through 4 easy steps to set up Nightbot so that your live streams can be a little bit safer from trolls. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is you actually want to go over to your YouTube account and make sure that your YouTube account is enabled for going live. Now this account that I'm looking at has no subscribers, so it's obviously under 100 subscribers. So I'm possibly going to have a few challenges with setting it up. Let's just pop that over there, just because it is a brand new channel. So the first thing you do is you click on your little icon in the top right hand corner and go to YouTube Studio. And I'll have to move me over again. Don't need to learn more at this stage. We do need to go to settings. There we go, channel, feature eligibility. So I don't think I'm actually eligible, so I need to verify with my phone number first. So I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, so I got my little verification code. Let's just hit submit. So phone number is verified. So now I should be able to. Now it's enabled. So now I can close that off. And next I want to make sure that I'm able to actually go live on this account. Now this is not going to be an instant thing, so I'm just showing you how to do this at the moment. But I'll go to another channel to actually make it work. So if we hit go live, it takes you over to the streaming platform and goes through a series of questions. So you click start and then go. And you need to allow your microphone and camera access. And we'll just type in testing live. Now you've got some options here. So you can make it so that this is public, unlisted or private. At the moment we'll just make it, actually no, I will do this so it's a unlisted one because I don't need to have Nightbot seeing it at the moment. No, it's not made for kids. Doesn't need any age restrictions, and we'll just click next. Now it's going to be complaining because I've got the webcam, so I'm going to turn that off. And we'll hit try again. Well, we're without webcam for now, so that's okay. But the stream could not be created anyway, and that'll be because it's going to take 24 hours. So it'll be ready in 24 hours for me to actually go live on this account. And that's fine. I don't need to be able to go live on this account at the moment because that's not the main thing that I wanted to show you. But I did want to show you how to actually set that up. And when you're doing it on your account, you may need to actually wait for that to be set up. So that is an important thing for you to be able to see. So next thing we need to do is you need to log in to Nightbot. Or sign up if you haven't already got an account. So let's sign up for Nightbot. And you log in with your YouTube account. So we'll log in with that YouTube account. And it's basically asking for Nightbot to have permission to access your account. So you click allow on that. You wait patiently. So now that Nightbot is allowed to access that account, so that's all good. The next thing you're going to want to do, and that will be an email that I've just received as a security alert for making sure that I am happy to allow that to happen. So yes. That's all that is. So the next thing you want to do is, now that you've logged into Nightbot with YouTube, you want to check the defaults. So the default settings, so you've got your commands and spam protection is what you're wanting to check, and make sure that it's the spam protection that you're wanting. So you've got some blacklist words and phrases, and you can go into options and change that. Then you've got it stops people from putting excess caps in. Now I actually allow that because I know a lot of my followers actually type in full caps. And also if they're asking a question in the chat, I'll actually ask them to put it into full chat capitalization so I can see it easy. Next you've got excess emojis. So excess emojis. This will actually time out users. So this is really useful unless you've got someone like North Shore Preparedness doing a love raid. That's a bit of a challenge. So you can actually change this and make it so that more options are allowed and that sort of thing. So moderators can be exempt from this, and you can make it so that it's a 300-second timeout, which is 5 minutes. And you can put a custom message. So that the user gets a message as to what's happened and why they've just been timed out. So then you've got links. You can select who you want to allow to put links in, excess symbols and repetitions. Now I'm going to turn this on because when I did get a troll room raid happening in one of my live streams, what they did was they just put the same message up repeatedly and it just flooded my chat, which was really quite irritating. So that's the spam, the basic spam protection. And you can do some of those things inside YouTube as well, but we're looking at Nightbot today. So next thing you want to do is add in add a timer. This is just so that it comes up and you can see it actually happening. Okay, so you've got the command name so you know what it is, and you can type in a message. And you can, I'm going to drop this interval right down just so that we can see the test happen fairly quickly, and won't worry about the alias. So yeah, so that will come up automatically, and then you can put up some custom commands as well. This is so that we know that Nightbot is actually working. So let's add a custom command, and I'm going to put in a link to my channel. Okay, I just realized that I was still in timers. So let's go back to custom, over to commands, and you hit custom. So there is the default ones as well. So some of these default commands are ones that are already in there. So you can run ads. There's a whole heap of different things in here. Things that can give you different information. So feel free to go and have a look at all of those. So that's always interesting, but we can add some custom ones in. So let's add a command so that we know that Nightbot is working. So everyone can write that down. So let's hit submit. So now we've got that sorted. Let's go back to the main dashboard, and we need to join the channel. So we'll click on join channel, and so it's giving you basic instructions on how to do this. So you basically will need to copy and paste so that website URL there, and you will need to go over to your channel, which is over here, and you'll need to go to your settings. Oh, I'll go back a step. So if you're in your YouTube, you come over to this far top right hand side, click on your link, and then go to YouTube Studio. Then from YouTube Studio, you click on settings, then you go to community, and then this moderator section. Now you can add any channel in here as a moderator. So I can put Nightbot in there, I can type in Janderra, and it's not going to come up. Oh dear, oh it's Nightbot again. That's because that's the last thing they actually copied and pasted. Oh dear. So you can put in all sorts of different, of course sometimes it just misbehaves, so you really do need to get the actual URL from the channel. So hang on a second. Okay, so you paste your actual URL in, and that is not the right channel. Oh, I am having one of those days, aren't I? I'll be back in a second. Okay, so let's try that again. So you get the full one, like the full link, not yours shortcutted nickname for the channel, or the shortcut for the channel. You need to have the full one. So they can be put in as moderators. You've also got approved users. You can hide users, you can block words, block links. This is a very good idea. So it doesn't apply to moderators and owners and approved users. They can still share links. So it's really important to block that. And you've got defaults that you can look at and all that sort of thing. So this is actually really important because I've noticed a lot of channels having problems with hiding, not being able to find their comments. And it could very well be because of comments on your new videos with it holding potentially inappropriate comments. So you can hold inappropriate comments. You can hold all comments for review and disable comments or allow all comments. So holding the inappropriate ones, it's really important, and you can click on hold potential inappropriate chat messages for review as well. Same thing in the comments in your discussion tab. If you have these selected, you need to make sure that you check in your comments. So you come over here to your comments, and you need to check for any comments that could be held for review. So that is really important. A lot of times when channels can't find their comments, they're hiding in here. But that is a totally different topic. So we have now added Nightbot into the moderators. So the next step is to go live. Now, as I previously mentioned, I can't go live in this channel because it is only a new channel and it needs 24 hours for the live capacity to be able to be set up. So I'm going to go live on my other channel, so Janderra, which has 600 subscribers, and I go live quite regularly on this channel, especially if I'm doing tutorials on going live. So yes, so I'm not going to actually use the YouTube going live section because you have to have over 100 subscribers, generally speaking, to be able to go live. Although I did actually manage to go live on a channel earlier that wasn't at 100 subscribers, but to be able to go live on your mobile using this, you need to have 1,000 subscribers, I think. Whereas if you're using Streamyard, which is another program, you don't need to have that happen. So let's go through that and show you how that works. Okay, so let's go on to Streamyard. First thing you need to do is actually put in your email address. That is not my email address. Oh dear. So you're going to get your email address. Get it from there, that'll work. Oh, I haven't quite selected it all. I probably shouldn't be so lazy in my typing. But I know how easily I can make mistakes. So click Get Started. And with Streamyard, they don't actually give you a password. They ask you to, they'll send you an email with a code. Now, sometimes that email will actually get stuck in your junk mail. So sometimes you'll have to go hunting for it a little bit, which is a little bit of a pest. So there we go. Oh, it is in my inbox. It just took a little while for it to come through. So there you go. So it is in my inbox. So there's my code, and this is different every time you log in. And again, I have not copied and pasted it correctly. So then you log in, and it says, "Welcome to Streamyard. Onward." So next you want to connect it to, so there's lots of different options that you can connect it to. I'm going to connect it to my YouTube. And generally, you would connect it to your the one that you actually signed in on. but I'm going to connect it to Janderra because Janderra is the channel that can actually go live. So Streamyard is just asking for permission, so you want to allow that. Now, you don't generally want to give out your email address that's connected to your Google account at all. So next thing you want to do is actually create a broadcast. So there's a few options you can come in here too. So you can come in and you can set up different things in. So you've got your settings in here, so you can check different things and all that. So you've got your email address there, and there's other options here for broadcast. So that's where your broadcasts are. I'm using the free Streamyard, so that's all good there. And that's all good. So we go back to broadcasts, and we're going to create a broadcast, and we're going to connect it to Janderra. And I've just hit 600 subscribers. So I'm not going to leave you in on this live completely. So I'll start this off so you can see what it's all about and what happens, and then I will pause the video so you don't have to wait until Nightbot shows up, and then I'll actually start recording the video again to show you what happens when Nightbot is actually connected, because it can take up to 5 minutes for Nightbot to actually realize that you're live and to start actually working. So yes, anyway, let's get into it. So you've got some options with how you set this up and whether you want to go public, unlisted or private. For this particular one, for testing Nightbot purposes, we need to actually have this as public. And one other challenge I might have is I have Nightbot set up on another. No, it should be all good. So Nightbot should figure everything out. So I'll show you some of the commands that I can do with Nightbot and go from there. Have a great one. Let's check it out. So this isn't a scheduled live, so I may not have too many people hop in at all. I also don't have my headphones set up or anything like that. So you've got to allow the mic and camera access. So we'll do that. So let's see what's happening here. So if you, for some reason, find your webcam's not working, they're the settings. So you may have options in there to be able to change the settings. You've also got options for checking your microphone and all that sort of stuff as well. And I haven't actually tried the green background. So a well-lit screen that's blue or green is required for this work, which I don't have set up at the moment. So we'll have no idea how that's going to work. I don't think it will. I don't think I'll worry about it. No, we'll just not worry about that at all. Let's go green screen. Here we go. None. I just haven't played with that before, so I thought I'd muck around with that, but that's a bit silly, isn't it? So yes, let's enter the broadcast. And you need to make sure that you add yourself to the stream. Now I'm going to find my channel. So let that load. Then you come back into StreamYard, and I'm going to share that screen. So click Share Screen. And go over to the Chrome tab. Now one thing you can't actually see on this at the moment, and I don't know if I can actually make it so it'll fit so you can see it. Oh, there you go. So I'm going to select that'll be the one that I want. Make sure you share the audio if you're going to share any video at all. So when you click Share, now I will bring this back down so that you can see the video again. That does make it kind of interesting. It makes it hard to see this part, doesn't it? But yeah, so I have to go live for this to actually show. And yes, anyway, let's check this out and see how it goes. I'm going to bring this over onto my other screen so that I can actually see the analytics better. See if I can adjust the size of this so that you can see it a bit better in the video. It makes everything a bit wonky, doesn't it? Anyway, so let's go live, because we're not actually live at the moment. At the moment, you're still in the back end of Streamyard, so you can, if you're wanting to share so you've got your stop screen sharing and all that sort of thing, you can share a file this way as well, so you can add a video file. I don't have any particular video files that I'm wanting to share at the moment. If you want to invite anybody else up onto the panel, you can just copy that link and put it down in the chat, or you can send it to people by email, or you can send it to them by messenger, or any other way you want to send it to them, really. But that's how that works. So let's go live, because until we go live, you don't get to see what Nightbot does. So anyway, have a great one. Let's check this out. Hello everybody, welcome to Janderra. I'm Gerwin, and we hit 600 subscribers. So I wanted to come on live and say a big thank you to everybody. And I'm also in the middle of doing a tutorial on how to use Nightbot. So I might say a few things along the lines of this is what Nightbot's doing and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to pop in a Nightbot command that I've got set up, just so that I know when Nightbot's found the chat and found the fact that I'm live. So, but I wanted to come up and show everyone that, look at this, 600 subscribers. I'm so excited. I am absolutely blown away that you guys have all taken your time to spend some time with our channel, and you keep coming back for more. But I thought I'd go through and show you guys some of the analytics on my channel. So yeah, but before I do that, I'm going to pause the video for the Nightbot tutorial, so they don't have to watch all this stuff. Okay, so Nightbot has actually shown up the link that I put up. So I put the command in, that the exclamation SPF, which is my shorthand for let's put up Nettie and Adam's link for Silhouette Park Farm. Hi Gail, Southern Living, welcome to Janderra. Yeah, just doing a quick live to say, woohoo, we hit 600. And I'm also in the process of doing a video tutorial on Nightbot as well. So, so I've got a few little commands that I've got set up in Nightbot in the back end. So it'll put up certain links of, it's just a few random different things that I've popped in. Just so that, if in case I don't have any moderators in the chat that'll actually put links up for me, I can actually do them from a certain set list of commands that I've put in place. So this one, when I put in exclamation Darren, that brings up Darren from Down Under Farm and Forge's link. And for this channel, I think it's every 15 minutes I've got it set, so it says put a like and a thumbs up. But I'll pause the recording for Nightbot and keep going with the live stream, obviously, and bring you back in when Nightbot brings up that like message. So I'll just start back in again. So here we've got Nightbot's just come back in again and gone, please hit the thumbs up. And in an hour or so, I'll actually have my tutorial on how to use Nightbot and all that sort of stuff uploaded onto YouTube. But that's one thing that I wanted to be able to show everyone, and that's actually timed, so every 15 minutes, and you can adjust that timing. Nightbot will actually put up certain messages, which is why sometimes in Ridgelife's live stream he has messages from Nightbot coming up saying, go Ridgelife, go check out the merch. And he doesn't like that happening on the Lessons on the Ridge live streams because they're ones that he wants to have focusing on God and stuff that are biblical. He doesn't want to have things that are money generating. That's not the idea of the Lessons on the Ridge. But love the Lessons on the Ridge. Highly recommend going and checking out Tim's thing. But back to Nightbot and why I actually investigated it was I'd seen it on Tim's live stream. And I was wandering around and I looked around in it, and it actually has a lot of things in it to help prevent that's a really good question, Gail. You've got a subscriptions tab down the side. I'll have a look at that in a little bit. But yeah, so I was going to show you what happened when a troll room raid happened in my live the other day, which I'm actually not complaining about it because this live stream got 889 messages, and you can tell here, which is probably when I got the room raid. So basically all they did is they were coming in and they just flooded the chat with titles of some of my videos, which was kind of interesting. And this particular live has gotten more views than any of my other lives that I ever had. So it's made it look very popular, so I'm not complaining terribly. But one of the things with Nightbot, and I'll come back to that, let's see if I can bring that up on the screen so you can see it, because you don't need to see my Streamyard anymore. I mean, that's not quite so exciting, really. But Nightbot, you've got spam protection in here, and it'll actually act as a moderator for you if you don't have a moderator. And also sometimes moderators can't act that quickly. So I've actually disabled the excess caps option on here because I know a lot of people, when they're writing questions, they will write it all in caps. And I'm sure I'm perfectly capable of moderating that person if they're doing the wrong thing. Excess emojis, I have got it enabled, but I've actually adjusted it so that there is a limit. I thought I adjusted it more than that, because I know Sean likes to come in and do room raids and people do stuff all the time. So moderators and all that can sue, but it comes up with a little message. So I'll pop that down. So there's lots of things that you can actually adjust in that. So you can enable whether people can put links in or not, and this will actually, it'll also give up messages to let people know, hey, you've done the wrong thing too, if you set it in the options properly, which I'm not sure if I've done for this one. This one hasn't actually got that set up, but it'll actually put them in timeout for 5 minutes. And it can be really useful. So the other option here is like excess symbols or repetition. So when I had that troll room raid come in, all they did was they just typed the same thing over and over again and got hundreds of messages on the screen. Thankfully, at the time, I had Bomber Steve and Darren from Down Under Farm and Forge as my moderators, and they did a fantastic job, and they kicked out all those horrible trolls. And I also made a point of saying thank you for joining me and God bless you. Strangely enough, they seemed to go away after that. But what they did do is they added to my view count and they added to my interaction on my channel. So I'm not complaining hugely. It was just a little bit irritating for a little while. And I was like, oh no, what's going on? But yeah, so Nightbot has those options in there. The other thing it has available is you can put in the custom commands, which I've showed you before, a couple of them where I put in, so I can put in !Janderra. Actually, I'm not sure if it'll work for this one because this is actually a different account. Sorry. And you can also put in timers. So this one I've got it, so it's got a timer on it and all that sort of thing. Nightbot is free, handly mate. Absolutely free as a bird. I'm not sure if there's actually any monetized version of it. I haven't noticed any. But yeah, Nightbot is free as a bird. Love it. I'm sure there's a lot of other functionalities for it that I haven't worked out yet. Like I know, what is it, Two Family Homestead, they have the wheel that goes up on their screen. And I'm pretty sure it uses Nightbot as well, or something similar to it. I haven't worked that one out yet. I also don't have a wheel, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah. So you've got options for doing giveaways and all that sort of thing, which is probably how that'll be how people use stuff as well. I'm not sure how that works yet, so I'll probably do another video in time on how to do that once I work it out. Okay, so that's going live on Streamyard and having Nightbot there as a bit of a backup and to help protect you from trolls. I hope you found that helpful and you've gained some interesting insights in that. And if you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will hopefully be able to help you as much as I can. So the other things you've got in this YouTube studio settings is, so you can add the moderators, you can add approved users, you can add a list of hidden users, and you can put in blocked words and you can block links so that only moderators or channel owners can actually add in those links. So make sure you click save once you've finished that. The other thing that they that is in here as well is you've got the default tab that hides your potential comments and all that sort of thing. But you have a great day. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you found this helpful. Have a blessed day. Bless you.